Right, welcome. You are here with Fret Talk episode number 7. You are here with your host, Budget Pedal Chap. We have got our new host today, Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hello, how you doing?
And we've got our long-time contributor, Mr. Mick.
Hello, geezers.
What?
You alright?
Oh, not too bad, Mick. Not too bad. Right, so because we've got our new chap, Chris. We need to find out who Chris is. So, who are you, Chris? What do you do? How do you kind of factor into this whole guitar thing?
Well, I'm Chris. I'm from Scotland, obviously. I play guitar, also play piano as well, and I play in a functions band at the weekends, just like covers and stuff. And I've got my own small studio as well that I do a lot of recording in. So pretty much that's it.
Yeah, wicked. And what got you into guitar and music originally?
Originally, well, for me, when I was younger, I was a huge Queen fan, Freddie Mercury particularly.
Yeah.
And that originally got me into playing the piano. And later on, I got into the guitar through, believe it or not, being a big Oasis fan.
Oh, wicked.
And that's when I first picked up a guitar and played ever since.
Something tells me
Exciting, eh?
Mick's got some bones about Oasis, huh?
Well, not so much Noel.
Yeah.
Liam's, yeah. Carry
I
on.
should add that when I was a big Oasis fan, I was probably about 14, and they were huge at that time.
Yeah, oh, they were globe conquering, weren't they, Oasis then?
I was probably 40 when they were huge.
And plus, you don't actually have to be particularly good at the guitar to play their songs, so that
No,
helps.
you can
Yeah.
hammer out a couple of chords, maybe a seventh chord every so often, and you're all good. Yeah, I mean, we've heard you piano playing, and you play like an absolute boss.
Yeah, well, I've been playing piano for a lot longer than I've been playing guitar.
Yeah.
And if you've seen the videos of me playing, which you have, then that's pretty obvious.
Yeah. I mean, you know slouch on guitar though as well, which
Well, I'm getting there.
one of these talented chaps who does it all.
Bastard.
Jack of all trades, but master of none.
And as far as I can hear, you can sing as well.
I do a wee bit of singing, yeah. I do some backing vocals and that in the band at the weekends, so yeah, I do try a bit.
I think we might have a bit of a hidden talent there as well, to be honest.
Marty Pello. What a man, huh?
Oh no.
Right, so run us through a little bit of your gear at the moment. What's your kind of go-to? What's the rig that you play in your functions band, and what's your go-to guitars? Because I know you've got a few, haven't you, Chris?
Well, my guitars tend to change pretty frequently, as you'll know. I mean, I'm known for going through huge amounts of gear in a short space of time.
You are.
But
Yeah.
right now, the guitar that I play the most is probably the Reverend Sensei, which I just bought a few weeks ago. I'm loving that guitar.
and
In
which
fact, all Reverends in general.
which one's the Sensei? Because I'm not too
Sensei-
familiar with Reverend. Sorry.
The Sensei is the one with it's the blue flame one. I think it's the original shaped Reverends that came out, the Sensei. But
Yeah.
don't quote me now, because I'm not exactly sure if it is. They're almost based on a sort of Les Paul type thing, but they're
Yeah.
kind of almost like a Les Paul SG type shape.
Okay.
And it's a really, really nice guitar. So I'm using that right now, and my pedal board consists of, I don't want to list them all, but a huge amount of pedals, and I'm running into a Vox hand-wired AC15 and a Yerasov GTA 15.
A year so.
Nice.
What kind of flavours that years I've given you? Because
Yerasov, it's based on like a Fender amp. I think it's based on a Fender Deluxe. If it's not, then it's something like that. But it's a cool little amp. There's not many people know about it, but I know when it first came out, there was a review, and I think it was Guitar and Bass magazine, and
Yeah.
it was voted best amp under £1,000, and it was like 319 quid at the time.
Oh damn.
So
Nice.
you know that was pretty good. So I thought at the time, well, fuck it, I'll just get one of these. So I bought one, and it's a good amp.
The thing that I've heard about Yersovs, they made a really really small amp, it was like a 1 watt or something, and it was like tiny.
Yeah, I don't know. I know there's a smaller amp than the GTA 15,
Mm.
but I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, yeah,
But I don't know about a 1 watt one. They probably did,
yeah.
but I've just not heard it.
Sorry, I'm getting a text message here. So unprofessional. Should have turned it off.
But I got to say, I mean, inspired by Chris, I bought a Reverend, and it is
Yeah.
it's a real monster.
Yeah.
I mean, for the money, I don't know that there's better. You know,
Yeah,
I like P90, so I've gone for some of that. And but you know, the whole thing is well made.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, smooth sound.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
pickups are excellent. I mean, usually
Yeah.
when I buy a guitar, the first thing I'll do, because I'm buying guitars usually about 300, 400, 500 quid. And a lot of the time, even more expensive guitars, I'll take out the pickups and put in different pickups.
Yeah.
But I've got absolutely no desire to do that with the Reverends at all. I mean, the pickups sound superb, and I wouldn't
Yeah.
change them.
No, I agree totally. And
Yeah.
and you know, the neck is perfect. You know, it reminds me of it does remind me of the CC1 neck. You know,
Ooh.
it's
Yeah.
just it's just a good neck. You know,
It's a sort of
Very
medium
comfortable.
sort of profile neck. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
really thin, but it's not a really fat neck either. So it's just
No.
somewhere obviously in between, and it feels really good. Yeah.
been-
yeah. No, I absolutely agree.
I've been wrestling with a fat neck myself recently. I've been trying to. It sounds worse than it actually is, doesn't it? Really.
Oh, yeah.
I've been because my friend actually bought for me an Ibanez Fireman because I coveted one for years and years, and he actually got me one. And the neck on it is absolutely massive. So I've been wrestling with that recently, trying to get it where I want it to be. I put some locking tuners on it today, and I've set it up and everything. But yeah, the neck on that is so chunky.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's something that can be said for the chunky necks. Sometimes
And
you just-
they locking tuners that you got, they make a real difference, don't they?
yeah. I found because I installed them one at a time rather than doing all six at once, and the tension underneath my fingers for the ones that had the locking tuners on felt completely different. It gave
And
I think
what
it
was the
makes-
reason? What, sorry, Chris. But why did you do that? Let me understand.
I changed the tuners because I was having to tune.
No, but one at a time.
It was simply because I had a relatively new set of strings on, and I didn't
Oh, right.
didn't really want to give up the strings, and I knew that with the locking tuners, I could easily unwind them from the old
right.
from the old
Okay,
tuners.
got you.
But yeah, I mean, just playing it after I'd installed the tuners, it felt much slinkier with these locking tuners, and maybe it was because the actual length of string, I didn't have to wind it around the tuners.
Yeah, that's what
as
I'm
much.
thinking as well. Maybe the tension's not quite as tight because you're not having to wrap it around the string post.
Yeah.
I would imagine anyway.
But yeah, I mean, it solved a problem for me as well, because string tension is something that I really struggle with, because I have problems with my wrists and a kind of RSI almost kind of thing.
What you been doing? Repetitive
Bloody
string.
hell. Yeah, I've fallen into that one and all. This is the left hand, boys. Come on, I'm not that exotic.
Yeah. Say no more.
Bloody hell. Gone off track already. So, I mean, that's one of the things that I did this week. I've also been buying up a fair few things on eBay. I put up a loop switcher. So it's like a triple loop switcher, and it's a very basic one. It's not one of these fancy programmable ones, because you're rocking the ES8, aren't you, Chris?
Yeah, the USA, yeah, which is obviously pretty complicated compared to some of the simpler ones that you get. Was
Yeah.
it the Joyo one that you bought by any chance?
No, it was some unbranded Chinese made one. It's got a wonderful
So just
picture of
like a Is that a pretty simple, like basically 3 loops?
Yeah, 3 loops. Yeah,
like,
send return,
yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah,
What I'm hoping to do is kind of have one loop for my drive section, so I can kind of preload a drive for the song and then have switchable clean and drive then.
Yeah.
A boost section, so a booster pedal and a delay as well, because I only ever use the delay with the lead.
Mhm.
And then the final section is the modulation, where I've got switchable whatever I'm using at the time.
Yeah.
So
It should work quite well.
yeah. I mean, fingers crossed. And if the cheap Chinese one's a bit noisy or whatever, I'm just using it as a stopgap to see if I do like that way of doing it.
Mhm.
And then there are a couple of companies in the UK that make these triple loop switches. There's a company called Bright Onion.
Oh yeah, I've heard of them.
And there's another one, a Scottish company. I can't remember what they're called. But yeah, one of those companies I might shell out some cash for if the Chinese one works well.
The green onion was mentioned a lot by the nerds in previous weeks and months.
Yeah,
They seem to have gone off them for some unknown reason.
I actually bought a soap boost from Bright Onion as well. I had the option between that and the Spark Mini, but I figured slipping some cash to a UK manufacturer rather than
Absolutely.
Bright Onion are actually really a good company because and they're actually reasonably priced as well.
Yeah,
They
definitely.
were going to make me a small patch bay for my pedal board because I run in stereo, so you've got all the output from the ES8 going into the patch bay part, and then it goes out to 2 amps. They were going to make me one so it would go to 2 amps, and then I would have a phase switch and a ground lift as well, and a mono stereo.
Yeah.
So then I could, if I've got the stereo signal going in and I just want to use 1 amp, I can just flick that and it'll give me a true mono sound. Instead of just having like the left side of the stereo going in, it would like change it straight into mono for me. And I think they were only wanting like 85 quid to make it, which is pretty good.
Yeah,
Where are they based?
Brighton.
Yeah.
Brighton, okay.
Yeah, I think that's part of the name, to be honest.
Yeah. That's why the nerds like them.
Yeah, local boys. Yeah, local boys. I also on an off chance trip to a guitar shop at the end of last week, I picked up a really cheap reverb pedal because me and Matt were having this discussion about reverb versus delay, and I thought I should probably give it a bit of the old college try. So I picked up the old Marshall Reflector, but I've not had a chance to plug it in yet, and I'm kind of a little bit lost where to start with the with some nice reverb settings.
But do you never use reverb?
No, I pretty much turn it off on my amp.
See, I used to be like that as well. I mean, I don't use it on any amplifiers, but for a long time I only used delay and I never ever used reverb.
Yeah.
And then eventually I just says, fuck it, I'm going to get a reverb pedal just to add a wee touch of space in my sound. And I bought one recently, which was the Digitech Polara reverb.
Oh yeah.
And I just put it in a plate setting and it sounds superb. I mean, I'm really enjoying it now. And before I would never use reverb.
Yeah.
Just a wee touch on your sound, I think, and it works really well.
I think that's the plan with this 3-loop switcher. I think I'm just gonna have the reverb at the end out of any of the loops, just kind of on very subtle.
Yeah, that's how I've got mine set up.
But I was kind of thinking of dabbling with a plate setting or a very subtle spring.
Yeah, see, I find spring too lively.
Yeah.
It's just too lively at reverb for me. I just thought it sounded as if it was too much going on. But
Yeah.
the plate setting was really, really nice.
I'm gonna have to get some settings off you then, Chris, for that.
Yeah.
Because I'm a little bit lost with reverb. Pardon me. Right, so we're gonna move on to some news for this week. Unless have any of you been doing anything this week guitar related? That's
Well, me, I've just actually got two brand new pedals this week. I got the Boss MD 500, and
Ooh.
yesterday I got the Boss DD 500 for the second time. Because I had it before. I know.
Yeah.
And that's not the first time I've done that. I had it before, but I found it quite limited in
Yeah.
terms of the stereo settings and stuff, and just certain other aspects of it before. So I sold it, and since then they've done an update on it, and it's added a few more features that I quite fancy. So I thought I'll just get it again. So I bought it again, and the MD 500 is just superb. I mean, that replaces the Strymon Mobius that I had. Initially,
because it's a modulation pedal, isn't it? The MD.
yeah, the MD, yeah, that's the modulation one. I mean, I had the Strymon before,
Yeah.
and that was great. But the thing about the Strymon is you're limited to one modulation at a time,
Okay.
and some of the settings on it as well, like Destroyer and things like that, were just things I would never ever use. So I
What's
got
that
the
like?
MD 500.
Is that like a
Sorry,
Big
on you go.
Crusher, the Destroyer?
Yeah, it was just something I would never use. I mean, there was a few other ones, I can't even remember the names, but I never ever used them.
Yeah.
So the MD 500, just about everything on it I like, and it's working really well. It's a good unit. I'm really impressed.
So, I mean, what are your go-to settings with that at the moment? What are these ones that you're liking?
Well, you've got the chorus. Basically, the way I set it up is I have two of each effect type thing. So I'll have like a mild chorus and then something a bit deeper.
Yeah.
Then I'll have like a mild trem and then something a bit deeper again. Same with vibe, same with rotary, and throughout the whole thing. And then what I do is when I'm setting up patches for songs and that to play at the weekend in the band, I'll have separate patches as well that I'll program through MIDI to the ES8, which are relevant to each particular song,
Okay.
out with the other settings that I've got. So it's quite complex. It sounds quite complicated, but once you set it up in that and you've got everything set, it's really, really easy and convenient. So it's good.
No, it does sound it.
Yeah.
I know that you were convinced after listening to some video demos, weren't you?
Yeah. See, that's the thing with video demos I listened to, and they're still on YouTube. I went to YouTube initially when I heard the MD500 was coming out, because it had independent routing to left and right, and you could use two modulations at once. I thought, well, that really appeals to me. So straight away, before even hearing the MD500, I just sold the Strymon, and then just as the MD500 came out there, I listened to some demos between the Mobius and the MD500s.
Yeah.
And in those demos, the clear winner for me is the Strymon. It just sounded so much better. But as more videos came out and I listened to more in-depth demos of the MD500s, it sounded really, really good. So I says, right, I'll just go ahead and get it, because I was actually going to buy the Mobius again.
Yeah.
And I says, no, I'll go ahead and get the MD500, and I've no regrets. It sounds superb.
Yeah, brilliant.
So Chris, I mean, just as a matter of interest, when you say you looked at some demos, do you go to the same people? Have you got your trusted demos?
No, man. I just went straight on YouTube and put in Mobius v DDS MD500 and
All right.
just listen to whatever came up.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I mean, it just shows you that you can't really trust YouTube videos and stuff. You know, you can't really make a judgment call just listening to them.
Yeah, well, that's my impression, but sorry, carry on.
So, because sometimes I've listened to demos on YouTube and I've sounded really, really good, and then I've got the pedal myself and it sounds shit when I use it. And then other times I hear a pedal on there and it sounds shit, and then I've used it and it sounds good. So it really just depends.
Yeah, I mean, there's no substitute for putting it through your own rig and testing it out that way, is there?
But I mean, as you know, I'm not experienced with these. So if you went down to your local store, if you said, I want to try that, are they affable to that? You know, can I try that for a Vox? Do they go with that?
To be honest, it's a bit shit sometimes doing that as well, because I've went into guitar in Glasgow, and I says to a guy, I was wanting to try the TC Mimic, it was at the time. And I said to the young guy in there, could you set me up a stereo setup so I can hear what it sounds like? Because the whole point is that it works in stereo.
Yeah.
And he actually had to go and ask the guy higher up how to set up a stereo rig. And I was like, for fuck's sake, man, this is pointless. So it really sometimes it's a waste of time. And then generally when I've went in to try pedals, they'll just throw me in front of any amp. I mean, and that's pointless, because you need to hear it through your own setup.
Through your own,
So sometimes it's better just to order online, get it
buy
delivered, and try it. And if you don't like it, just send it back.
Yeah, because you got that 28-day grace period, don't you, with online orders?
Whereas with Guitar, I know for a fact when you buy for them, because I found this out the hard way, for the shop, and you've not tried it in the shop, and you try and take it back for a refund, you can forget it. You just get a credit note to buy something else.
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, it's a bit limiting, isn't it? Right, we're going to move on to our news because I think we're a good 20 minutes in, I think. Yeah, so we'll crack on, lads. So first things first, we've got a little release from Fender. Chris, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, that's the white Fender Supreme guitar. I had the specs up a minute ago. If I can find them.
Yeah, it's quite vague at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I tried on the Fender website, but I couldn't see it on there. But for what I can see, it's just a pure white Fender Strat. It's got the white neck on it as well. It's a maple neck, but I don't know how they've coloured it white. I don't know how they would have done that.
Yeah, if it's like bleached or if it's painted over.
Yeah, but it seems to be. The only other details I can see is it basically says 3 pickups. It doesn't tell you what pickups. 5-way switch, and it comes with a custom case. And
the case.
I actually kind of like it. I mean, I don't know what it'll look like in real life, but it looks quite nice in the pictures.
I think the case itself looks absolutely ridiculous. It's just one of those ABS molded cases with the words Supreme giant in giant block capitals across it.
I'm just wondering though, is the Supreme sticker on the scratch plate, is that a sticker or is that actually stamped on the scratch plate?
Unless we get to see them, it's most likely going to be a sticker because I don't think it'd be easy to have because stamped in.
I think that would put a lot of people off if that was actually permanently on there. So I'm assuming it's just a sticker. But every picture I've seen's got it.
Yeah.
But are we guessing? Is it like the 2.8, 2.8 cost? Is it up around there or is it more?
I heard nothing about the price at the moment. I am thinking it's probably going to be something kind of collector orientated. So it's
probably going to be something that none of us can buy, but maybe Steve can buy.
From what I hear as well, Supreme is actually an American brand. It's something to do with maybe clothing or something like that. So it's a bit like those the London Underground Strat.
Oh, the Max.
Yeah. So it kind of ties in with that a little bit. I mean, as Chris was saying, I think the aesthetic of it, if you took that the sticker off, which is the whole point of the branding. If you took that away, the white Strat thing, it looked pretty cool actually.
I mean, I like white guitars. I mean, I've always liked white guitars. I've never seen one with a white neck, to be fair.
No. The thing that this reminds me of, if any of you have seen the Dean Custom Zone guitars.
Oh, God.
They were like really, they were really low end. I think they were about 180 odd quid, but they were like really bright, like neon colours. There was like a neon green and a neon pink. There was a purple one as well, which I owned one of them, and they had like matching coloured fretboards with the body. And it reminds me a bit of that, to be honest.
What brand was that? Was it Dean? Did you say?
Dean, yeah.
I think I maybe saw them on Amazon. Did they sell them on Amazon? Do you know?
I don't know. I mean, I picked one up. It was I just walked into a guitar shop probably about 8 years ago, and picked one of these up. Just never having heard of them before, but they're still doing them, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really weird. It's like a Strat shape dual humbucker. Kind of entry level guitar, which has got either a purple fretboard or a neon pink fretboard, and it just reminds me of that a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I don't think
it's definitely unusual.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what struck me with these Supreme guitars. But But hey, I mean, we'll see what happens with them. It
I'm
probably
assuming these are these custom shop models, these guitars?
oh, having a clue.
You can with Fender, they've got to be custom shop, wouldn't they? They wouldn't
we'll
chuck
probably have
out.
to wait until some more information comes out about these.
Yeah,
But I mean, I kind of snapshot opinion. I think it looks pretty cool, minus the whole Supreme thing. So yeah, I think we'll move on a little bit. Still keeping with Fender. Something that was it was announced about a month ago, along with the Radiohead signature and the Paisley Telecaster as well. They're doing a Hendrix Monterey Strat. So it's aesthetically looking, it harks back to a guitar that Hendrix played at the show, where he set fire to a guitar for the first time, I believe.
Yeah, this is the guitar that had the nail polish and stuff on it, isn't it? It's got red and
yeah.
black and stuff on it. Yep. Because Vintage done a model of this as well. Vintage guitars.
Oh, have they?
They've had the exact same model out as well. I don't know if it's exactly the same in terms of the pickups and stuff, because something tells me one of the pickups were a different way on the Vintage version, but I'm not 100% on that. But they definitely did do a version of that same guitar, and it was a lot cheaper than the Fender one.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Do you happen to know what Fender are asking for their Monterey?
I think I've seen it about 800 quid. But
Yeah,
I'm
I think
not,
it is. I think you're right, Mick. I'm sure it's about 800 quid.
I mean,
Yeah.
considering that's not a terrible price, it's not terrible. I'm assuming it's made in Mexico.
Yeah, it definitely will be.
Yeah.
But what screams to me, I mean, the specs of it, I think it's a 7.25 radius fretboard.
See, that right away is kind of off-putting for me.
Yeah. Same here, but it harks back to the classic 50s.
Yeah. I can see why they've done it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it wasn't that what Hendrix did. Did he not use 7.5?
It's kind of typical of the time, I believe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, from that, yeah, definitely. But I think it might be just a case where they're not selling so much of these 50s ones, and they're recolouring them more.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I think they've been threatened by the market overall.
Yeah.
And that £700-800 mark is very competitive now. When you look, say, at Reverend, but
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I mean, I think for your money, I mean, in terms, I don't want to go on about Reverend too much. I've done it enough. But I mean, in terms of how much a Mexican Fender costs now, like you're talking 600-700 quid.
Yeah.
And then you can get a Reverend, which for me is a much better guitar. Then I mean, they're really in a tough market in that price range.
The quality is much more consistent with the Reverends. I believe anyway. I've not tried the Reverends yet, but from what you guys are telling me, I think my bank balance is telling me not to.
But what as we were saying, about demos off of YouTube.
Yeah.
The GAC one, it sounded absolutely shit. The new Joss.
Yeah.
Is even less of a player now. Danish Pete on Andertons, I thought was a pretty decent demo and sounded pretty good.
Oh, has he done a demo of the Monterey then as well?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
GAC demos. GAC demos have generally been pretty shit in the past as well.
Well, I haven't got rid of Joss.
Yeah, he had he held a space in your heart, didn't he, Joss?
Fuck, well, a tosser.
No, Mick.
Yeah, but I would say old Danish Pete. He's the best guitarist at Andertons, I think.
He's got some skills, hasn't he, our Danish Pete?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you want shredding, let Rabia do it.
He's
Yeah,
got chops down, hasn't he?
Yeah.
No, good. He's a good player. But but the Danish Pete is, he if you look at some of his personal videos, he does a lot of jazz stuff.
I think he's got the touch more than anything, hasn't he?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's excellent, to be honest. When I was checking into the Reverend stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found some videos he done with them, and he's a class act. And to be honest, and the influence now with YouTube and guitars and shit, it makes a big difference. And I can't understand why Anderson's got that wanker Joss in.
I feel I've got to do a disclaimer on behalf of.
Better hope Josh doesn't listen to this podcast anyway.
Yeah, I feel I've got to do a bit of a disclaimer here on behalf of the Fret Talk podcast, to say that it's not necessarily the views of the of the whole podcast in general, but just, I mean, you are.
I think it actually might be.
Well, yeah. I mean,
that's
one of the views, isn't it? That's definitely bandied about. I mean, if you've only got to look at the comment section to see that same view being put across, that it's not all about the speed of the notes that you play or the technicality.
On that subject, did you see Anderson himself put out a video telling people to stop slating his video people?
Yeah, a general kind of public service announcement saying that if you are caught being a dick on the site, then you are going to be banned. It's not a strike system. You know what is appropriate. You know what is not appropriate, and the
thing is, though, it doesn't matter what video demo you go and watch on YouTube or whatever. There's always some dick like leaving a bad comment or saying you're fucking shit or something like that underneath. It's always going to happen.
Yeah. I think it's a very brave step for Lee to do that, to be honest. And he's kind of calling out those keyboard warriors.
Yeah, well, I think it's not insignificant with the increased presence of certain individuals on Anderson's TV.
It's the whole.
And we're
boys club.
We're not talking Joss.
No, it's the boys club kind of rearing their head again, isn't it? And. It's. I mean, times are changing. That kind of attitude is not going to. It's not going to fly, is it? And
I mean, we're all allowed to think it, but to go into.
Just don't say it.
That's it.
Well, no, and it's a fact in law,
Yeah.
You have to. But hey, carry on. Sorry.
No. I think, to be honest, it's got a bit more out of that strat than we probably would have talked about anyway, because I mean, all in, is it that interesting? Not really for me.
Nah.
Nah.
I mean, me and Ollie talked about this when we were talking about the Hendrix pedals, that they're literally flogging this Hendrix estate for all it's worth. These days.
Well, they're running out of money. They're running out of money, aren't they? Let's be honest.
Yeah, maybe. But we'll see what happens with that. I think in terms of price, though, that kind of £700-800 mark is much more reasonable than the grand, and then the just over £1,000 for the Paisley telly.
Yeah, I thought that was hugely overpriced.
Yeah. But yeah.
I mean, as you know, I'm a PRS man, and the exotic wood PRSs for $799 retail price.
Yeah.
Were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I've got to say, those two that you've got are absolutely beautiful.
Oh, and they sound fantastic. I have to say, especially the zebra
Yeah, the
zebra stripe one. You know, and you know, what you get with it is a certificate saying it's been checked out in the UK. You know, and the quality. You know, the additional quality checks, which is
I think
for me quite gratifying.
for I mean
What
it-
Pete?
for
Sorry, on you go,
consumers
Adam.
these days. For consumers, I mean, the Reverends are doing it. They're quality
Yeah.
checking at
Yeah,
multiple
absolutely.
points. PRS are now doing it. It's going to be a case where this is the
Yeah.
standard that consumers are asking for.
These things are quite reassuring because with the Reverends again, you get the quality check done in the US, and they also
Yeah.
like, sign it to say that it's been checked as well on the back of the headstock. So just wee details like that are quite
Yeah.
reassuring sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I mean, I think it must be quite a chunk of the market now, that £700-800 mark,
Yeah,
and people have to, and this is where certain guitars, let's just call them Chapmans, they've stepped up above that 700-800 mark now.
yeah.
And the quality, if it goes the same way as the previous time, it was okay to start with and then went to crap.
Well, he's actually, as far as I know, Chapman has actually moved his production to the same factory, a place called Mir Music in Korea.
Yeah.
The same factory as Reverend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So I'm sure that's where
Yeah.
they've been made now.
yeah.
But I mean, they're asking for more of a premium than the Reverend guitars are.
Well, the ones that to be honest, I quite like the look of are all, they come up at, the 1,100 quid mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look nice. Let's not hold any bones about it. They look quite nice for me.
Yeah.
But you got to just worry about the overall quality. Down the line.
Yeah, I mean, we will see what happens with that brand as well. It's bold steps, isn't it? For that.
Yeah, and of course you can only in the England type places, you can only get them at Andertons. I think you can get them up in Scotland, can't you, Chris?
Chapman guitars?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Actually,
I thought. Where did you get your Reverend from?
I got it from the only place up here that sells Reverend is Merchant City Music in Glasgow.
Yeah, I had a feeling they did it. They did Chapman's as well, but I could well be wrong.
No, I don't think they do. They do a lot of different brands because Gibson, they don't do Gibsons anymore because Gibson require shops, I think, to buy a certain amount of guitars. And they couldn't afford to get in so many guitars, so they started doing all these different brands like Hagstrom and Reverend and some other brands as well. But I don't think they do Chapman.
Okay.
I mean, while we're on the topic of Gibson, it's worth a mention of Gibson's news this week as well. They've come out with a new Slash signature, which is
the green one.
Yeah, the Anaconda Burst.
Cool.
So, what are our thoughts and opinions on this?
I think it looks nice. I mean, I love green guitars anyway.
Yeah.
I think it looks really nice.
Are they making such a very limited run though, isn't it? It's only about 150 worldwide.
I'll believe you. I mean, that's as much research as I've done on that, to be honest.
Top man.
You're going to be talking a few grand for one of these, anyway.
Oh, I think I've seen it about 5.5, but I may be wrong. But I mean, it's a Gibson custom shop in a very pretty.
Yeah, I mean,
very pretty look.
There is no denying that the finish is absolutely stunning. It's
it's nice.
It does look very good. Does the Slash name have as much clout as it has had in the past, or?
Yeah. I personally wouldn't buy something because it had Slash on it.
Yeah.
But hey,
you're more likely to buy it because it was a nice looking
Yeah,
Decent
yeah.
guitar, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, on the one hand, I mean, yeah, it's a beautiful looking guitar, and in a colour that you don't see mass amounts of these days. I'm questioning whether Slash has got that market pull.
Well,
If
Wait,
you-
I mean,
that
yeah,
price range?
Yeah, there's always got to be the collectors of Slash and that kind of memorabilia. But I mean, is he as relevant these days as he has been in the past?
Not for me.
well,
I can't say.
Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses. I mean, their tour, was it fully sold out? It wasn't. So
Yeah,
I think that there's a fair indication, isn't there?
yeah, definitely. Also along the lines of Slash as well. I'm just gonna grab up the article here because there's a mention of Slash being named Gibson's first ever global brand ambassador. So yeah.
Well, I think it goes back to what we were saying before. How relevant is Slash nowadays?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had quite a few signature Gibson guitars, hasn't he? Quite a few Les
Yeah.
Pauls.
Yeah. Well, has Joe Bonamassa gone?
Well, has he been
I mean,
quiet lately?
Well, has he not had a new signature release in a few weeks?
I heard talk of him moving from Gibson to Fender some years back, but
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think sort of, if you're gonna go, you're gonna put your name on something, and it's such a high price that no one's gonna buy it. Or not normal guitarists are gonna buy it. What's the point?
yeah.
Joe Bonamassa's had his name put in loads of things, though. I mean, pedals and guitars and all sorts of stuff.
I mean, he had. Did he have a? I mean, it was like a £5 pick. What is that about? I think.
Ooh.
I mean, he does question the whole branding thing.
He's doing well from it, isn't he?
Yeah, well, so who's buying it? I don't use a pick, but people don't know. No, what's these fingers for? I mean, I'm an old fella. Who worked in the chemical industry for a long time. My fingers are knackered anyway, But I mean, just look at the John Mayer PRS.
Yeah. It was the 12 grand.
The 12 grand one, yeah.
Yeah.
But I got gacked down to 9. But hey, there you fuck. But who are buying those guitars? I mean, the John Mayer was 12 was a bit ridiculous, but
yeah, it's these serious collectors, isn't it? It's
but 5-6 grand,
There's definitely plenty of collectors out there, because I'm sure the other day there on Facebook I saw Peach Guitars, and they posted a picture of a guitar, and it was a really expensive one as well. Can't remember what guitar it was. And he'd put it on for like 10 minutes, and he's like, sold. That's it, gone. That was quick, and I was like, fuck. Hell, man.
Was that Steve done that?
Was it Steve? Yeah. But Peach Guitars do have a lot of niche collectors, and one of our group.
It's pretty much high end stuff with Peach Guitars, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I mean, but they do other stuff as well. And when we go on safari, you will see.
I'm looking forward to going there because it looks amazing in that shop.
Oh, it's an amazing place. You will cream yourself, to be honest. But who? I mean, the serious collectors. I mean, where does that start?
Yeah.
All right. I've spent a lot of money on one of my guitars, but that was my present to myself for retiring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an investment, a one-off investment guitar. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
got
I mean-
a few.
Sorry, on you go, Mick.
I've got a few, quite expensive guitars, but they're all like the $3,000 mark,
Yeah.
But I paid near on $8,000 for that CC1. But it was there as part of my my
Yeah.
investment. But who really are the good? Is it the people who've got the original greenie, or is it which is out of everyone's league?
Yeah.
Who is the market for a $6,000 slash guitar
Yeah, it's
amongst us? I don't think there's
yeah.
I don't think it's anyone.
Yeah, I
Certainly won't be me.
I can't say that I know anyone who'll be putting down a deposit for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I went with Steve once to GAC, and he played a Joe Bonamassa.
Yeah.
And he looked at it and said, look, it's just the same as a 58 standard, but with $2,000 put on for the name Joe Bonamassa.
Yeah.
And you can imagine that's similar with Slash, don't you think?
Yeah.
It's $2,000. Yeah, all right. It's got a sensationally good paint job, but is that particular paint job worth $2,000? And with the name of Slash? For me, no.
Yeah, I mean, you could go and get that paint job put on a custom made Les Paul replica, and probably pay half the price.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is very pretty. I mean,
Yeah.
Have you got as pretty? I mean, Chris and
The thing is, though, whoever's going to buy that guitar are going to buy it because it's a Slash guitar.
Yeah, 'cause
I mean,
of
they're
the-
not going to
'cause of
buy
the
it
name.
because it's a nice guitar. I mean, I think it looks quite nice, but whoever's going to buy it is buying it because of the name that's behind it. That's the reason they're buying it.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
Definitely. And I'm gonna take this a little bit further and get us onto our questions as well, because it kind of ties in with this. So we're talking about the perceived value of vintage guitars. So those late 50s Les Pauls, and are they worth the money? Are they only now there for investments, or are people buying them to play them? And are they?
They're not playing the plan.
No.
I
mean,
don't.
something like that is an investment, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to buy something like that, you're buying it you're buying it thinking that it's going to go up in value. You're not going to buy it and just play it. There's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah, and I've wandered around Denmark Street, land of the overpriced guitar, and I've got in it, and they're pretty good people. They let you have a go,
yeah.
and as a guitar, that a lot of them are not anything exceptional. As an investment, they may be.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the older guitars don't play that well. I mean, I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've even heard that a lot of the pickups in them aren't even that good either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just the prestige of having this really old vintage guitar.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's maybe some rich guy who just wants to hang it in his wall and show people when he has them around to his house and stuff. But, I mean, in terms of playability and stuff like that, you could probably buy a better modern guitar that will play better and sound better.
Yeah, and it's not just a friend of mine went to the Martin factory in the US.
Yeah. So they've got like a
And-
museum built onto it.
They've
haven't
got a museum. Yeah, you can just wander in. They're very affable, and apparently they treat you well. But at the end of it, you can go into their rich man's store, and you can pick up some fantastic Johnny Cash, Martin, blah blah blah, absolute shite. you know, but it's got Johnny Cash written along the fretboard, and you recognise it. But hey, it was something like $140,000.
So we're talking a decent chunk of house money there, aren't we?
Well, we're talking a house, aren't we?
Yeah.
You're talking a big house up here for that sort of money.
Yeah. I was going to say you're talking a street, but no, you've got to be some serious dosh land for that sort of thing, And you look in the magazines and you see, oh God, who's Jack Bauer, the 24-year-old?
Sutherland, Keeper Sutherland.
Yeah, Keeper Sutherland has got some serious shit guitars,
Yeah.
And but you see, my friend saw him because he was touring, and they saw him in Germany or something.
Okay.
And he played a Mickey Mouse guitar because I'm guessing he couldn't insure to take it on tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard somewhere that he had his own Gibson signature in the 90s.
Yeah, I don't know, but I know. I mean, I know he's a fair. I mean, he does what he does, and he's okay.
Yeah.
But hey, it's like 140 grand guitar or not,
So yeah, I mean, it's very much for that kind of stratospherically rich
yeah.
person. Yeah, it's unlikely that any of us mere mortals will be even reaching for a guitar of that price.
Well, I mean, my CC1, I've never taken that out to gig. Yeah, all right. German punk clubs are not renowned for.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing that annoys me about spending a lot of money like that on a guitar is because if I buy a guitar, I want to take it out and play.
Yeah,
I want to go and gig
you
it.
want to use it, yeah.
And it would just annoy me spending all that money on something. I can understand why people do it to maybe make money later on or whatever, but to spend that amount of money on a guitar and then to not take it out and play it, then it would just really get to me,
Yeah.
I would probably play it in the UK in places I know.
Yeah.
And the fret gig next year, I was planning to bring that along to that.
Yeah.
But sort of like German punk clubs, maybe not. and you got to get the fucking thing across there as well, But hey,
with the restrictions on Rosewood these days as well.
Well, I think there's misunderstandings on that because I think if you've got one guitar, you're all right.
Yeah.
It's just when your Fender's shipping a whole shed load of literally. So I think moving a guitar that you're just moving around to use, I think it's going to be all right. I think it's just the dealers.
Yeah, definitely.
But hey, that's off topic.
I think we'll find out more about that as the years go on, and when we kind of hear the stories kind of trickle down from the community. Yeah,
and I think it will. It won't be long until it. Is it in from next year? Absolutely, or is it in now? I don't know.
No, I mean I don't do any travelling, so it's not really much of a concern to me at the moment.
I mean, am I right in saying that Fender have actually stopped using Rosewood altogether? I mean, that's just stopped completely.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of companies doing that at the moment. I think ESP jumped on that very same bandwagon last week as well.
Yeah, I think it's probably gear. I mean, it sounds to me like they're gearing up for next year.
Yeah.
So I mean, and the lead times across production means that they've got to do something now.
I mean, you're seeing a lot of companies switch Rosewood out for Pro Ferro.
Yeah, that's Steve Barrett's favourite.
No, that's Rich Light. He has an absolute love for the Rich Light. I've got an instrument with a Rich Light board. I own a.
Is it good?
It's to be honest, I can't hear much of a difference.
I mean, I've never used it. Does it feel different though?
No, I mean, because most of your playing surface is the frets themselves. It's unless you're pressing down really hard or you've got really shallow frets, you're not feeling too much of the wood anyway.
Yeah.
At least I don't. I'm not very heavy-handed with my fretting or my.
I think that varies from style to style. I mean, you watch, say, flamenco type guitarists. They don't use the frets as much. But
what is this lighter material that Fender are using instead of the rosewood? Because I noticed that who was it that bought the black bass recently with the sort of red sort of parts on it, the red sort of stripe on it, and
was that Joey?
That guy for was it Joey?
Yeah.
And his had a really sort of light coloured sort of wood on the.
Yeah, it's a noir noir P bass, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah.
You can speak French.
Noir. Yeah.
I was just wondering what it was because it looked really, really light and it just wasn't my taste. I like a really nice dark rosewood.
Yeah.
And that just looked really light to me. It reminded me of the stuff that. Yeah, it reminded me of the stuff that Gibson used back in about maybe 2011, 2012. It was like Grandillo or Granadillo, whatever that wood's called, and it was a kind of reddish sort of wood, and it was horrible. And it just reminded me of that.
Yeah, it does seem like very, very light, almost like the cheap rosewood that you get on the low end kind of Strat copies and whatnot. It almost looked like that, but I think that was Pau-Ferro.
Right.
And I think that's what a lot of them are moving towards.
Yeah.
But I think we'll see some experimentation with more exotic woods as a replacement.
But yeah, I will say, I mean, I've got a rosewood neck Strat, and I played Steve's. Steve's got a rosewood telly, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Neck Terry.
Rosewood neck.
And they just they feel fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think for an overall guitar, we're going to be losing some playability along the line.
Yeah.
But hey.
I mean, we've got to see how the saga unfolds, really, don't we?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like the claim that forests the size of Wales are being killed every day. I think there's genuine reasons to do it. But hey, let's go. Anyway, Carrot, next.
Yeah. Thank you, Mick. I was just checking our timing as well. We're coming up to the hour, but we'll do our question. So this one may not be your bag too much, Mick. But so hypothetical 5-pedal board. You have to take only 5 pedals out to your next gig. What are you taking? We start with Chris because your pedal board is notoriously large.
Yep.
And fluid.
This is going to be difficult for me. I take it we're discounting a tuner here, so forget a tuner.
Yeah, let's say you can get away with a headstock tuner.
Right. Okay. Well, first of all, I would probably have the full tone, full drive for my overdrive. I would have the Walrus Audio Iron Horse for distortion.
Yeah.
The Keeley 30 milliseconds running stereo into 2 amps because that just sort of sweetens the sound slightly.
Yeah.
I would have.
What does that Keeley do? Sorry.
The Keeley is like it's similar to the Strymon Deco. So basically, it works as if it's like a tape machine. So you've got a signal going to 1 amp.
Yeah.
This is the way I run it anyway. A signal going to 1 amp, which is unaffected, and then the other signal goes to the other amp, and it's sort of like a slight wobble in the sound, and it's almost like a chorus effect, but it's not quite as obvious as chorus, and it just kind of sweetens the sound and gives it a wee bit of dimension without sounding overbearing. So you can keep it always on, which I do, and it just gives the sound a nice sort of sweetness to it. So
it up.
Yeah, I would have that as the third pedal. The MD 500s and the DD 500.
Yeah, good choices.
That would be me.
Good choice.
Although I'm assuming you can use a multi-effects pedal in here, or it doesn't have to be.
if you weren't allowed the multi effects, what would you use for your modulation and what would you use for your delay? Just out of interest.
I would probably use the Obscura delay for the Digitech Obscura delay and modulation. Shit, I mean, I've got to choose one, haven't I?
Yep, one. Yeah.
I would probably go for a full tone Deja vibe.
Oh, nice.
I like a vibe.
Mick, would you like to give this one a shot? Or?
Well, of all the pedals I've got,
Yeah.
I do like using the Friedman OD. And that was because of Steve. He forced me to buy one. But I got the compressor from the Marshall compressor from.
Yeah, the Edward, I think it's called, isn't it?
I don't know, but I like the sound of that. And I've got a big muff. It's good.
Oh, everybody has a big muff.
Oh.
Well, and 3, and I mean, I would probably be using 2 of them maximum at one time. And I've got a wah. That counts, doesn't it?
Yeah, so we are up to 4. Go on.
Wah, and what else have I got? Oh, and I've got the looper.
Well, hey, we are up to 5. We are up to 5.
Yeah. I mean, and to be honest, sort of like, I think the Ditto looper.
Yeah.
Is for home. I've got the RC3. Is that right?
RC1.
The RC3. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got that, and it does too much for me, to be honest. I have problems with it, but I quite enjoy playing with it.
Yeah.
I can see the use.
Give it a few more months, Mick, and you'll have a full pedal board there.
Well, I've sort of got I've sort of got the making of it now. You know what I mean?
I mean, you've got a very good start with that Friedman, definitely.
Oh, that Friedman. I mean, I was amazed by it. With Steve's amps, which were a good sound to start with, and then the Friedman on top.
It's just like a cherry on top of a very nice.
Yeah. And sort of like I need someone to tell me what the best settings for that is.
Yeah. I mean, it's an ongoing thing, isn't it? We're gonna have the educating Mick series. I'm sure.
Well, bring me out of the 70s,
Yep, definitely. So I guess I'm gonna have to give this one a go as well. So 5 pedals.
Mojo.
There's gonna be a mojo in there. I think we're gonna start off first in the chain is gonna be a compressor. I absolutely love compression. I have it on always. I'm gonna go with the more yellow comp, which I actually bought off you, Chris.
Yeah, that's actually a good look with the compressor. That.
I find that it doesn't get in the way, and I can get a really subtle sound, and it just evens everything out without kind of colouring it too much. So I'd start off with that. I'd definitely have a Mojo as my next. That's probably going to be my main drive. What have I got now? Some form of boost. Maybe like the full-size Spark. I don't actually have one at the moment, but I think in terms of like tonal shaping and just having the kind of EQ control on that, I think I'd like that. Just for kind of solos and general loudness. What else am I going to have? So I've got to have a modulation, and I think I'm going to go for the TC Shaker, because that thing is absolutely mental, and I have a.
What is that?
It's a vibrato, but it can almost sound kind of rotary. And with the tone print stuff as well, you can get some really rotary sounds on it. I've got the mini one at the moment, and whenever I step on it, I just have a huge grin from ear to ear. It's just so much fun. So I'd probably have that, to be honest, and then some form of delay. The Joyo analog delay has never let me down. So you know what, it's having a space on my five pedal board.
Well done.
It's simple. It works I'd have it. I'd happily have it. So that's 5.
Can I ask a question out of ignorance?
Yep, by all means.
How many of those, and it goes to you as well, Chris, is how many of those are always on? You know, I can't. For me, tap dancing across the stage, I'll end up on my arse.
See, that's why you need an ES8 as well.
Yeah, it's suddenly got really expensive, hasn't it? And then
That's true, right? I mean, the most expensive part of my rig is the pedal board.
yeah.
I mean, that's by far.
You then add power supplies onto that, and you add cables and.
Yeah, and if you're buying those cable kits, it costs you a fucking fortune. I mean, you could be talking like 400 quid in cables just to wire up a board, you know? It's crazy.
Available from Boss now.
I'm actually looking into making my own cables to avoid that cost as well at the moment.
That's what I do. I just make my own.
Yep.
Well, my friend Matt Knight tells me that Boss stuff is brilliant, easy to make. Take it anywhere.
Yeah, he's a good man, Matt. He's definitely no bias.
No. But no, seriously though, how many people leave everything on? Because when I listen to certain nerd podcasts, they're talking frequently about, oh yeah, it's my, it's always on pedal.
Yeah, the make good or
make good or I'm not quite sure what that is, but if you have all these things always on, do you lose your guitar in it all?
Well, you'll usually find that an always-on pedal will be like maybe 1 or 2 pedals at most in the chain, but usually it'll be 1 pedal, and it'll be maybe some sort of preamp pedal or something.
Yeah,
it's just
or like a kind of an EQ or like a presence kind of income.
Yeah. I mean, to me, from the way they talk, and they may not be a good sample of people.
See, to be honest, the only people that notice is like fucking guitarists. We're the only people that notice it. Like if you put on an Echoplex preamp or something, anybody else probably won't notice it. It's so subtle.
Yeah.
But guitarists, when they're trying to find the ultimate tone, will go, "Oh, that makes it sound like just a tiny wee bit better." So I'll spend 100 quid on that.
That's it. That 1%.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, that's the impression I get, and this is, over the years, got my defences up against the use of pedals in that you lose something, that someday, if you just, took, if you got 10 pedals on your board, if you take out 5 of them, will you notice any difference?
No, true.
As an audience member, as opposed to the guitarist, because the guitarist always thinks.
Yeah, the audience won't know. I mean, you could play with a really cheap overdrive pedal, and the audience really will not care one bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like the comment that I made at the start, you like 90% of your audience, you could be playing one of the Spider, the original Spider amps. And if you dial it in near enough, 9 out of 10 of your audience won't care, and they'll be happy. But it's down to player comfort, and that's what the compressor is for me. It doesn't do anything really to the tone, and the best compressor for me is so subtle in terms of the way it colours the tone that you could have it on or off and no one would really notice. But it's how it feels under the fingers, and it reduces the kind of player error. It reduces my loud notes and quiet notes and kind of brings them to a decent level.
Yeah, it's just the response, and when you're playing, it's like the response for the pedal.
Yeah.
Which is
don't worry, man. We'll get you up on these things, man. Once you've
you'll get the
idea. Don't worry.
Yeah, but when I play in the UK, I can't lug around the AC30. It's just too heavy.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I've got a Crash Pro, Orange Crash Pro, and what I've done more recently, I've taken along the Friedman and just put it Friedman through the clean channel to get the sound that I really like. And I'm thinking, if I build layer upon layer upon that,
Yeah.
do I lose myself? But hey, maybe that's for another time.
Yeah. The only way to find out that really is to try it, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring us to our final kind of topic of the day, because we've crested the hour mark, but this one was a question put in by Ollie, and I think it's a pretty short one, but a pretty good one, as is. So Trem or hardtail, what's your preference, and what's brought you to that conclusion? So Mickey, you can start us off with this one.
Hardtail all the way.
Cool.
And block out any Trem.
And why is that?
Don't use it. And it for me, I found my guitars go out of tune.
Yeah.
So I block them off, and it sounds like, for me, it just gives me a better time. End of story.
So it's more convenient.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
I'm a rhythm player.
Yeah.
So I don't use.
So yeah, the tremolo acrobatics isn't really. It doesn't really have much of a same rhythm.
Yeah. No.
How about yourself?
Not really.
Chris, I know you've got a couple of Trem guitars.
Yeah. I mean, if you had asked me about a few months ago, I probably would have said hardtail every time.
Yeah.
But and generally, I mean, like Strats, I never ever used the Trem in a Strat. I just never ever liked the feel of them.
Yeah.
But the last two Reverends that I bought have both got Bigsby's on them.
Okay.
And Reverend put on their own spring called a soft touch spring. I don't really know what that means, but I'm assuming it just makes it easier to control the Bigsby or something.
Yeah.
But I've been enjoying using it, and I've not had any tuning issues, which is probably down to the roller bridge as well and the graphite nut.
Yeah.
But no tuning issues, and it feels good. And yep, I'm a big fan of Bigsby's now. Feels great. So probably for me, I would say it depends on the guitar, to be honest. But and the Trem. I don't like Strat Trems, but the Bigsby's recently I've really liked them, so I'm kind of in between.
I think the issue with Trems, especially the vintage style ones like the Strats and the Bigsby's, is the setup. And if you've got that setup that's done meticulously, you're gonna get less tuning issues.
Yeah,
and it's
because I had a Bigsby. Sorry, on you go.
Yeah, no, carry on.
I had a Bigsby on the Gary Clark Jr. Casino, which I had before. I didn't have it for long, right enough, and that had a Bigsby on it. Surprise. And that had a Bigsby, and I don't remember that feeling half as good to use as it does on the Reverend. So I can only assume it is down to things like having a roller bridge on there, it being well set up, having a good nut, and because I can be quite aggressive with
everyone enjoys a good nut, I suppose.
Speaks for yourself, boy.
Yeah, I can bend quite far with the Bigsby's on these guitars, and I don't get any tuning issues at all. So
do the Bigsby's have the same thing that if you bend on one string, others go slightly flat?
I know what you're talking about. I don't get that with these.
Yeah.
But I used to get it with my Strat when I had depended how I set the Trem up.
Yeah.
But if it was set so sort of, is it floating?
Yeah.
When I was bending, it was making the other strings go flat. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I used to just block them off because of that.
Because the idea behind Strat Trems and Floyd Rose systems is that you've got it's almost like a seesaw of tension on either side.
Yeah.
So if you add tension to the strings by bending them, the springs slacken off, which means the other strings then become less tuned essentially. Which I mean it's an odd thing. Me and Ollie were talking about it earlier this week actually, because he was the reason why he brought up this subject. He was considering a guitar with a Floyd Rose, and I back in my early playing career when I was in a covers band. I played an Ibanez with a Floyd Rose style tremolo system, and I didn't use it all that often, to be honest. I didn't use the tremolo side of it, but the double locking nature of it meant that my guitars would stay in tune perfectly for the entire night.
Is that the difference between like a Floyd Rose and other trems? Is that it just stays in tune really well? I take it.
There's certain advantages, certain disadvantages. What I found is, as long as you've got a decent Floyd Rose system, because I mean you just discount the really cheap ones because they will go out of tune. Generally speaking, once you are in tune, it stays there pretty solidly.
Yeah.
And you can do some pretty stupid stuff with the trem system, and it will pretty much stay solid.
Yeah, I've always got the impression with the Floyd Roses that it's for people who want to be really aggressive with the trem. Do big dive bombs and shit like that.
Yeah, definitely. It is advantageous for those kind of players. Like I say, I didn't use it for that, but I really like the idea of having the guitar stay solidly in tune, which is why
can I put an addendum into my comment? I have a Gretsch Countryman, and that stays in tune perfectly.
This is a Bigsby equipped guitar. This one.
Yeah, a Bigsby. Yeah, sorry. It was the Countryman that became the. I don't know. It's the one that kept on changing names during the early '60s.
Yeah.
And that keeps in tune perfectly. But it's a complete bastard for me to change the strings.
Yeah, that's the only thing with a Bigsby. It is a bit trickier to change the strings, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard...
but I was talking about this with Gavin during the week, and he's given me a tip, and I've got to reread it about using a bit of plasticine to hold it in place while you do it. But I've got
That's a good
read.
idea. Actually, I think I'll use that.
I've heard some stuff about using a clothes peg as well to like pre-bend the strings to like that 90-degree angle to.
Yeah, it's good. Putting it on that wee hook thing, right? And then every time you pull it over to try and string it up, it fucking comes straight back off it again. And you're like, fuck!
Yeah, okay. Yeah, say it how it is, Chris. Yeah.
I think we've definitely got the explicit marker for this week.
No, but so like this is where talking to people like Gavin is crucial, you know.
Yeah.
And so like. And it was just like a buy comment, just use a bit of plasticine, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, the Gretsch stays in tune all the time.
Yeah.
But, they got this damper thing on, it dampens off 3 strings on these Gretsches, the old ones. You have to take that off because that does put everything out of tune. Yeah.
No, I'll be honest. I've not heard of that, but I'm not all that au fait with Gretsch guitars, if I'm honest.
They're a delight. I mean, I love playing it, but
I think in the future, when I've matured a little bit, I'd like to settle down with a Gretsch.
Well, wander down to London. I'll show you a Gretsch or two. Well, a Gretsch or one, actually.
Definitely. So yeah, like I say, the Floyd Rose was something that I rocked when I was a lot younger. The drawback of the Floyd Rose is because everything locks. You are in whatever tuning you've put it in. Say you're in E standard, you are in E standard. Because resetting it takes about an hour and a lot of swearing and so on and so forth. And if you break a string, you're screwed. So because I dealt with that, and I dealt with string breakage, and I dealt with the kind of downsides of that, I went to hardtail. I very much for the same reason as Mick. It's the convenience of being able to switch tuning when you want to, being able to play and it just be in tune. and you can make quick adjustments and quick tweaks. Because I do a lot of teaching as well, and kids definitely want to be able to play this song that's in C sharp tuning, or I want to drop D for this song, but then want to go up to standard again for this song. That flexibility is key for me, and I also like tellies, and tellies don't come with drums.
I think the odd one does, but yeah.
There was some Charvel telly shapes in the 80s that had Floyd Rose systems on them. Yeah.
Holy shit, mother.
I think that's about time for us this week. I think we're so it's saying we're at an hour and 20, which is pretty much
plenty of time
standard for us. So we're gonna do this outro lark. I'll try and nail it this week. So you catch me on Facebook. I'm at Budget Pedal Chap. So facebook.com/budget pedal chap, Instagram.com/budget pedal chap as well. We've got the group, the Fret Talk podcast group. So you search under groups Fret Talk podcast. That is basically.
Will people be able to see that because it's a closed group?
No, the Fret Talk podcast one is for our listeners.
Okay.
That one is for it's basically your one-stop shop. If you're listening to this and you want to get in contact with us, you go there and we will be.
All right.
We'll be hanging around that. I'll get you hooked up with that, Mick.
Okay.
Have we got anything that we want to promote here as well? So, Chris, I know you've got the studio. Do you want to promote that?
No, that's fine. I've just got a wee independent studio in Lanark. I do recordings sometimes for bands, solo artists and stuff like that. So if anybody's listening who's nearby and wants to record a demo for themselves, just give me a shout on Facebook. It's under Demo Lab Studio. Just look it up, send me a message, and I'll be happy to help.
I'll try and put that in the show notes. I know last week I didn't do the one that Ollie asked me to, but he didn't remind me, so. I'll try and remember to put it in the show notes. Mick, yourself?
No, I'm just a dweeb.
Right, and that's where we're going to end it today then. So from me, your host, Budget Pedal Chap, from Chris, and from Mick, I'm going to say see you all next week for another episode of Fret Talk. See you later.
Cheers, everybody.
Guys. Speak soon.
Bye.
Bye.